The Massive Planet. The Adventures of Deep Contact. Written by Jeff Walker. Narrated by Caleb Collins. Chapter 1. The Encounter. Slowly cruising through the depths of space, the Earth Core United ship, Deep Contact, ventured onward in its mission to explore new worlds and the space beyond. The vessel is home to nearly 150 crew members. Most of them share quarters because of the ship's design, except for the senior staff who have single accommodations. The designer's point of view must have regarded this as spacious, but those having to live in them for a duration, they would argue otherwise. They built the ship more like ancient Earth submarines. Outwardly, it is sleek and built to last, but the inside was cramped and full of exposed inner workings. Captain Christopher Riley relaxed in his small, yet constricted bridge office, while he sipped his hot cup of coffee. A faint blue projected holographic display scrolled the daily ship manifests and activities over his narrow, metallic gray desk. He gave a slight yawn, as the work always bored him. Still, as much as he'd love to head off to bed and sleep, he knew it had to be done, eventually, before it really piled up. Suddenly, a low-pitched ping sound echoed in the room that made him gaze away from the text. "Yes," he said aloud. "Captain, it's Yang. Can I bother you for a second?" A male voice responded through the room's door intercom. "Come in," the captain sighed. The holographic text faded off as the captain touched it with his finger. The office door slid open to the right, and an officer entered the room. A young Asian man with short-cropped black hair and adorning the dark blue uniform of a bridge officer. "It's late, Yang. What's the problem?" Riley said as he rubbed his strained temple. "Sorry for the interruption," he smirked. "I didn't mean to interrupt your light reading." "Light reading," the captain scoffed. "You know, this is the worst part about being a captain. Paperwork and mission reports. I feel more like a bureaucrat than an explorer." "Comes with the job, I suppose," the young officer mused. "But after all, that's why you get paid the big bucks." "Just wait and see," Riley pointed at him. "One day you'll no longer be the first officer, and then all of this will be yours." "Ah," the man smirked. "So that's why you're letting it build up. Waiting for me to do it for you." The captain had a moment of humor as his first officer made him smile from the long hours working behind a desk. But as the laughter in him subsided, Riley took a long sip of his coffee and got back to the reason for Yang being in his office. "Are we in the next system yet?" "Yes, sir," the bridge officer nodded. "Good," the captain nodded back. "Make sure we drop another interstellar communications satellite before we enter. Maybe we can transmit a message back to Earth and give them a status." Yang grimaced slightly as he acknowledged his request. That caused Riley to give a puzzled glance and noted his first officer's hesitation. "Is the task too much for you or something?" "Not at all, sir." The captain shrugged. "Well then, what is it?" "The reason I'm here, sir. The system is rather sparse, as near as we can tell." Yang disappointedly exhaled. "But we seem to have a problem with our navigation, or I should say, with something in the way of our navigation." "Oh, yes?" the captain said with little surprise. He leaned back in his small, squeaking chair. "Another asteroid hazard, or a comet fragment. You're more than capable of dealing with something trivial as that." "Ah, yes, of course I am," Yang snickered. "But this might require your expertise. This is much bigger, sir." "Bigger?" Riley scoffed. "Just how big are we talking here?" "Planet-sized big, sir." "An asteroid the size of a planet?" he inquired with confusion. "No, sir," the Asian officer said hesitantly. "I mean an actual planet." "What?" the captain glared with puzzlement as he stood up and walked out of his office.